Am I having a heart attack? What's good, everybody? I am Womack, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be discussing some more of my health journey that I told you guys we were going to be going on this year. Primarily, what's been going on with me lately. I have some procedures coming up due to some complications and some health issues I had earlier this year. And I'd figure I'd share them with you just in case somebody might be going through the same type of issues as me. So I guess we can just go ahead and start this off from the beginning. If I remember right, it was around September of 2023 that my first initial symptoms began. It was shortness of breath. It was chest pain, dizziness. I remember feeling like there was a person standing on my chest is how intense the pain and the feeling was. It wasn't something that was relieved by acid reflux medication or Tums or aspirin. It was just a constant, consistent pressure in my chest that would not go away. I was extremely concerned about that, so I went to my doctor. So when I go to my doctor, they do pretty much everything on me that I could ask for, EKG. They do some stress tests on my heart. They check out my lungs. After my doctor checked me out, we basically had a discussion. He let me know, hey, your heart is good, your lungs are good. We don't really see any signs of something to be concerned about. It doesn't appear that you've ever had a heart attack in the past, nor does it look like you had one recently. After the EKG, testing of the lungs and heart, I was kind of stumped, and he brought up the fact of, hey, you're getting older. It could be acid reflux. What times of night are you eating? I let him know that I work, all kinds of hours. I work from really early in the morning to really late at night, depending on if, it's my finance job or if it's camera work. I could be up 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m. and have my last meal at, 4 a.m. You know what I mean? So he was letting me know that's probably not the best thing to do, and I should correct that, which as he's saying it and describing it, I'm starting to get some relief in the anxiety that I have because, 33 and you're talking about a heart attack, that shit is scary as fuck. The shit is scary. There's just not really another word to describe it. You think it's every wrong thing in the world. And so I did everything that I could to possibly take those symptoms down a notch, but they would go away and they would come back. And while it wasn't as consistent as before, it was still there, and it was prevalent enough for me to make note of and say, hey, this is something that is affecting my day-to-day life, and I want to change it. I need to figure out what is happening so I can make sure that I do the right things to stop it from happening. And if that includes surgery or includes some type of procedure done to cut this feeling out, I'm all for it, but I need to know what it is. You get what I'm saying? So fast forward to March 2024, I am prescribed pantoprazole by my doctor. It's a PPI, and it's supposed to cut down on the amount of acid in your stomach to stop these reflux symptoms and heartburn issues from happening. I took that pretty much from March through the summer. So I would say probably till around September. I took it, and I gotta say it helped. It stopped the frequency of the symptoms that I had, but it did not stop the severity of the symptoms that I had. So when it would happen, it was just as intense as it was before. It was just as strong as of a feeling in my chest of somebody, kicking me in the chest. It was bad. So I'm popping Tums left and right along with the medication. I'm sure you're not supposed to do that. But I was just trying to do anything to stop the feeling that I was having. So at this point, I feel like I've done everything that's in my personal power that I can do to be able to stop or mitigate these symptoms, but still it persists, even to the point of attempting to not eat for large portions of the day just to try to stop the kind of pain that I would have. And even still, that actually kind of made it worse. I don't know if it was just stomach acid buildup, but it got to the point where I'm throwing up bile. Like, that's what happened. And then from there, even on the medication, it persisted. It got worse. And then on September 2nd, 2024, the easiest way I can put it is I thought I was going to die. Like, I was in the middle of working, and I remember I stopped and I grabbed my chest. And I was like, am I having a heart attack? Like, it was a real question for me. I couldn't figure it out. The pain was unlike any of the previous experiences I've ever had. It was intense to a degree that I can't even explain. The heart palpitations, it just felt like my heart was skipping a beat every other beat. It felt insane. I got in the car, I drove to the ER. At this point, I'm halfway hyperventilating. I'm kind of freaking out. Doctors put me in a room, they get me fluids immediately, and they just start going down the list and asking my symptoms, checking me in basically. The doctor ordered blood tests to be done to check for blood clots. They ordered a front and back x-ray of my heart and lungs. They ran an EKG. They filled me up with fluids. They also gave me a painkiller through IV drip. So needless to say, that was an expensive trip to the ER. And you know, $26,000 later, the doctor walks in the room and tells me there's nothing wrong with me. There's absolutely nothing wrong with me. Your heart is good. Your lungs are good. No blood clots found. You're fine. And this is the point where I had to actually have a conversation with myself and ask myself, am I turning into a hypochondriac? Like, am I just worried about every little thing that's happening? Because I've never been that person. If anybody who knows me, I go to the doctor for what I need. I don't really freak out too much about a cold or a sniffle or a headache or anything. I've never reached my deductible ever in life. I for the most part, you know, I get out and I exercise. I played sports my entire life. I'll go and get up and put my shoes on and run miles. Like, I will do the things to try to keep my heart pumping, my heart rate up, and keep myself feeling good. But what the fuck is going on? Doctor comes in your room in the ER and tells you you're completely fine. And I just had a panic attack 10 minutes ago about me having a heart attack. So yeah, man, it was scary to say the least. But after that, I can't tell you how disappointed I was to hear that from the ER doctor, because it was just like, surely all of these tests that are more extensive than anything that I've done to this point will find something specific that is causing this type of an issue. And they found nothing, which is a good thing, I guess. But at the same time, I'm still having these experiences and these feelings and these pains in the middle of my fucking chest, and it's not stopping. So I couldn't stop there. Then my doctor recommended me to a GI specialist. I went to see him, and his first plan of action were, of course, the diet changes, as all of them's initial meetings will consist of, and weaning me off of the PPI'S. He did not want me taking the medication. He was like, hey, this is a thing that you should probably be taking when needed, but you shouldn't be on this consistently forever, even when you're asymptomatic or non-symptomatic. So he started to ask, you know, hey, take one pill a day, then next week break it up in half, and then start taking it as needed. And then if you can get all the way off without symptoms, let me know. If the symptoms persist, though, we need to take a deeper look. And that's what happened. I did that from, I would say, about October to December of 2024. And I went back to see him 2024 December and let him know, hey man, this is not stopping. Sometimes, you know, it's just minor acid reflux that kind of goes through the esophagus. Sometimes it's full blown, you know, thrown up bile. And I'm sorry to get graphic, but that's what it is. And I am more concerned because I have family members who in the past have cancer, esophageal, pancreatic, whatever the case is. It's GI related cancers, and I don't want that to be an issue. And he agreed, and he basically at that point was like, look, you have issues that aren't being fixed with medication. And then I had other issues that kind of arose, and I'll go over those specific issues in a different video because they pertain to the procedures that I have coming up. But he basically was like, I don't like that this is persisting at the level that it's persisting. So we're going to do an endoscopy. So as of today, I am scheduled on January 9th, which is about a week away, to do a endoscopy to see what is actually going on in my stomach and my upper GI tract, to see if there is anything that may need to be done, whether it be surgery, you know, medication changes, whatever the case is. What I will say is that this has been one of the wildest journeys to try to figure out what's going on with me. Never has it taken 2 to 3 years of a consistent problem for me to say, this is what it is. Usually I go to the doctor, I say I'm having this issue, I get it resolved, and it's done. We're clear. Outside of that, man, I'm pretty solid all the way around when it comes to my health. I don't generally have these issues, so it is kind of worrisome to me. I'm not gonna lie. The pain still comes back. It hasn't completely resolved. So hopefully we find something when this endoscopy is done. And I'll try to get as much content as I can for you all, because I know people are out there going through the same thing that I am. And if you are, I want you to see what can be done to possibly fix those issues if you have these same feelings and same issues as I did. But yeah, man, this is it. This is the beginning of the health journey that I told you we were going to be going on in 2025. I'm here to be able to make sure that I'm here for the long haul, for my needs, for my family, that my health and my wellness is good. And I look and I feel good and I feel the way that I want to, that if I feel the way that I should. You know, life, you know, we only get one of these, and you don't want to spend the majority of it feeling like shit if you can help it. So if you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comments. I'll respond to them. I'm not a doctor and I can't give you medical advice, but I can tell you what I did. So yeah, let me know. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. I told you guys we're trying to get this channel to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I appreciate you for pulling up and watching this video. Thank you so much, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.